Hey guys, it's Morgan. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this fall inspired look. I love the warm browns in the crease and the green shimmer on the lid. I think it's perfect for this time of year and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's just get on into it. So to start off, I'm just going to prep my eyelids with a little bit of concealer and blend that out with my finger. And this is just going to be a nice base for the eyeshadow to stick to while it covers up any darkness or veins I have on my lid. Then I'm just going to take Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean eyeshadow on a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to set my entire lid. Next I'm going to be taking Creme Brulee, and this is just going to be my transition shade in my crease. These are all Makeup Geek shadows, by the way. They're my favorite shadows and I have a ton of them, so I'm going to use a lot of them today. So I'm just going to take my time and blending that out, making sure there's no harsh lines. You're going to see me do a lot of blending in this. I was actually kind of struggling with it for a while, but don't worry, just keep going. The next shadow I'm going to be using is Frappe, and I'm just taking that on a bit more tapered blending brush and working that a little bit deeper into my crease. I'm mostly working that on the outer corners of my eye and then slowly blending it up into the crease once there's less product on my brush. And then on a different, even more tapered blending brush, I'm going to be using Cocoa Bear to really define my crease even more. You'll see me kind of alternate brushes and shadows to really get this to blend out the way I want it. For some reason, this just wasn't working for me today. I don't know why this was taking me so long, but I probably cut out at least 20 minutes of footage of me just blending and trying to get that crease to be the way I wanted it to. So don't feel like it's the end of the world if your eyeshadow doesn't blend out perfectly. At the end of the day, it's just makeup. It wipes off. So now for the lid shade, I'm taking Dirty Martini, which is a really pretty matte olive green color, and I'm just taking that on a flat shader brush and putting that all over the lid. And then once I have that as pigmented as I want it, I'm just taking a blending brush from earlier and buffing out the edges to make sure that there are no harsh lines. And now for the star of the show, this is Charmed. It's a foiled shadow by Makeup Geek, and isn't it so pretty? It's like a metallic green, sort of dusty green color. I don't know how to describe it, but it is so pretty, and the formula is amazing to work with. And I'm just taking that and packing it all over that Dirty Martini shade. And then I'm going to buff out the edges with a fluffy brush to make sure there are no harsh lines. And then I decided that I had blended away too much product. So I decided to take my finger and put a little bit more of that foiled eyeshadow back on the lid. And I think I get the most color payoff when I use my finger compared to a brush. So we're going to move on to the face before we finish up the eyes. And I'm just taking a bit of makeup remover on a cotton ball and kind of wiping away the fallout I have underneath my eyes. You know, from all that blending that I did earlier. That's okay, we're moving on, we're past that now. So for foundation, I'm going to be mixing the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless and the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. And I'm mixing my foundations because I don't really have a color that matches me right now. And I like to mix my foundations anyway because you can kind of create your perfect formula at the same time. So I'm taking a matte foundation and mixing it with a luminous foundation to kind of get this satin finish. And I'm just going to blend that out with the Morphe M439. And I'm kind of speeding this up for you guys because I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch me blend foundation for 5 straight minutes. And then when I was done blending that out with a brush, I decided to go over it with a damp beauty sponge Just because I kind of laid it on a little heavy today, I was getting a little cake face and that wasn't about to happen. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. It's my favorite until someone convinces me otherwise. And I'm just drawing that in 2 big triangles underneath my eyes. And I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead in a little flower form, down the center of my nose, and then also a little bit on my chin. And I'm just going to take the same damp beauty sponge and blend that out. Set that, I'm going to take my RCMA No Color Powder on the same sponge and set my under eye. And then also I'm going to take a little bit of the same translucent powder on a fluffy kabuki brush and I'm going to set my entire face with that. And I find that by doing this, my bronzer, blush, and highlight go on a whole lot smoother. To warm up the face, I'm going to be using the Park Avenue Princess Bronzer by Tarte. This is my favorite bronzer. It's the perfect color for me. It's not too warm, it's not too cool, and I can still use it when I'm really fair like I am now. And I'm just putting that on the outsides of my face. I'm not really contouring, I'm kind of actually being a little bit sloppy with it. I really just want to have a bronze look rather than a structured contour. For blush, I'm going to be using Makeup Geek's Romance. It is a peachy tone blush with lots of shimmer in it. And I'm just putting that all on the apples of my cheeks and swiping up towards my temple and kind of towards the top of my ear. The highlight I'm going to be using is Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics. And I'm just putting that all over the tops of my cheekbones, a little bit on my temple, and then I'm going to put a little bit on the tip of my nose and my Cupid's bow. To finish off the eyes, I'm going to take Cocoa Bear on a pencil brush and smudge that on my lower lash line. And I'm mostly keeping this on the outside of my lower lash line. I'm not taking this all the way to the inner corner. And then over top of that, I'm going to take Dirty Martini again. And just smudging that right on top of Cocoa Bear. And then blending it all out with Frappe once again, to make sure that that lower lash line is really blended out. Then I'm taking MAC Mylar and using that as my brow bone and my inner corner highlight. And then I decided that I was going to put a little bit of Champagne Pop on my inner corners just to kind of tie the highlight together. To fill in my brows, I'm going to take my NYX Micro Brow Pencil and just kind of lightly fill in my brows. I'm not going to do anything too dramatic today. I wanted to keep them kind of natural. And then I'm just going to set those down with a brow gel. This is a tinted brow gel from Loreal. So now I'm just going to put on a bunch of mascara. This is the L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara. I'm not going to be using false eyelashes today, but you can put those on if you want to. And because I'm high maintenance, I'm going to use a different mascara for my lower lash line, but that's totally optional. For lips, I'm going to be using the Nars Audacious lipstick in the shade Raquel. I actually keep this one in my purse a lot because it's the perfect peachy nude. Okay, so that completes this fall makeup tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, and my puppy wanted to make her first appearance on camera. This is Callie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!